Welcome back to the channel. I am over at my friend's house, Matt, and we're working in his new garage. See, that thing's sick. And we're putting on a lift kit onto Andrew's JT, his Gladiator. So let's go get in there. It's been a while since I worked in the garage with these guys, but let's get it done. Look at this beast.
Is this one yours? That is yours.
Yes, please. This is what we're working on today. We got to go ahead and switch up the lift. But look what this boy got. Y'all should be jealous, dude. That's that Fusion 80. That's what's up right there. Andrew, what lift are we putting on?
We are just doing the long arm kit. So
long arm kit.
All these little things breaking out to a long arm from there to there.
All right, we just got the cross member out. Those JTs are a little bit different because they have like a flat plate right here. And then they have like a little guard, heat guard or something. Maybe it's to keep mud from out of here, but I'll tell you what. How heavy was that? Like a pound?
Yeah.
Like this new one's, you're gonna have to, yep, you're gonna have to hold your breath, buddy. See, they got these little flat thingies right here. Ooh, it's gold. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah. We're too old to be doing that. Oh my goodness gracious. It looks beautiful though. I'll tell you what.
All right.
Come on. Who's number? Yeah. All right, Andrew's Metalcloak kit's a little bit different than the drawing. There's a fatty little wedgie.
What brand of instructions you download?
There's like there's like a flag thingy that's thick. The thickest of the thick goes in the bottom, and then you just drop it in there and it keys in. And then they have like a little angle armed one that sticks out here that'll catch as it rotates. Ugh. There it goes. So, and then we're just using the stock hardware, even though pictures show something different. That's the good fun. This is far from a how-to, but they do include wonderful color books and pictures. And if you followed it step by step, because I'm not here, you'd probably do really well. But we're guessing 1 bag's for the lower, 1 bag's for the upper. All right, making sense of this thing. I didn't realize. So on this side, you have a bracket on the driver's side that you had 3 bolts through. But on the passenger side, they use 3 bolts through the actual frame, which is pretty cool. But it doesn't have one of those brackets. So they include a shim to make sure that it's pushed forward equally as this driver's side is, which is caused by your stock bracket. So because it doesn't have that, new through bolts, shim, get you lined up.
Okay.
All right, so what's going on now is we got these cradled up. We did some measurements off the lower mount to where the new one will be to give us some distance references as we're doing this, and for the uppers on both sides as well. And now we're gonna go ahead and take the one side off, and then we have to cut off the entire bracket, at least the lower bracket, not necessarily the upper. We might just have to notch the upper, but that lower bracket's gonna have to get completely cut off. He's got correction brackets on here, but those babies are coming off as well because we're gonna go ahead and roll the jit. You don't have the wrench on the right one.
That would make sense.
We got that one fixed. So.
First time using a plasma and it looks like crap, but guess what? I didn't have a cutting wheel buck on me. And then now we're just gonna go through with a cutting wheel and cut the welds and get that out of there so that way it's fresh frame.
An air hammer?
Air hammer, yeah. Here's where we're at, cutting these brackets off. They're bare. If you've ever cut brackets off, even though we use the plasma, I haven't used one enough to know how close I can cut to the frame without cutting a giant hole in it. So, you know, we're doing our little thing. This specific lift, what's this one called, Andrew?
This is the Metalcloak long arm kit for the JT.
mid-arm?
The long arm.
The long arm. So
Long arm.
their instructions aren't bad, but you have to do some figuring, right? So drilling here, and there's a small tab, this long one. There's another long one, I'll show you what it is. So you have to put them in weird spots. Like this one goes in this front hole to come all the way back up there, right? Like wherever it is, there it is. Perfect. Right there, you can't see with the light. So pretty interesting to go all the way through that front hole to get there. This one right here goes to these two, so you kind of go a long ways. And then they have a trick tab to go into this one. This is your stock one. And then there's another one that I thought I saw a hole through. I don't know what that hole's for. So it's a little confusing. Let me go over to these tabs if you end up doing it. This is the one right here that he's tightening up right now. That goes in the bottom, you have to drill through. This one right here this long one is the one that goes in through that hole in there, but you want to have it like this because it goes underneath this pin. So obviously this is going to go on the driver's side. That one is this long one in there. The pictures are a little bit different on the guide than actually the parts he received. So just to help you out if you end up with this one. And then let's show you the lower. Comes with two bags, one's for the lower, one's for the upper. The lower has a straight through bolt. The upper frame side, this is the one that goes through that has a trick tab. Because, let's see if we have it. It's really tight right in here. So this tab goes in there to tighten it up. So just as a heads up. We're a solid, 5 hours into this, and we've done half of it. But the cool part is this, guys. Look at this passenger side compared to the driver's side. So the upper control arm is where the lower control arm is on the other setup. So he's lost a little bit of clearance overall, but he's gotten a lot better geometry. And he's pushing a lot of weight, so this is going to be pretty cool. So here's the passenger versus the driver. Figuring it out took forever, but we should be able to move pretty quickly now. I'll tell you what, grinding off brackets off your frame is not for sissies. So on that driver's side, because his exhaust is right there, we can't get in a full-size grinder, and we're too lazy and too whooped to take off the exhaust to go ahead and free up the space. So we're about there. We're about there. Well, I had to dig out because it was 11 o'clock at night and it was about an hour for me to go ahead and get home. They finished up bolting stuff in, but just in hindsight, knowing we should have removed that exhaust loop because they couldn't get to that upper bolt hole on that. And so he's gone forward, and Andrew has ordered a loop delete to go ahead and throw in there. So if you're getting this exact type of lift, definitely go ahead and order up that loop delete. It'll make your life a lot easier on that driver's side. But hope you guys at least got a little bit of an entertainment. It was fun to go ahead and help out Andrew, and we'll see you on the next one.